What is up, YouTube? And today we're going to be talking about the current events that are currently running in Etheria Restart. So first we have the Dreamscape event, which we'll get to, which is the main topic. But before that, I want to start off by talking about the quote-unquote summer event. So I'm very disappointed in the summer event. I'm sure everyone is, but I just really don't know why they labeled this as a summer event, and it's just new packs, right? And they released like these new recolors. I can't even call them skins, and I feel like they just missed out on such a great opportunity, right? Just looking at other gacha games and what they do for summer events, it feels like they do like 10 times more, because of course they'll have, packs as well for the summer event, but usually there's like a side event or something you can play through, like a story that just gives you more content to play through, and you can like buy in a shop, like from the event shop with your summer currency, like some resources. However, the only resources they give us with this summer event is things you have to buy with real money. And of course, I did buy one, but I'm saying, like, even as someone that spends on this game, it just doesn't really make sense to me. Another thing that's really weird is, like, these skins aren't even skins, right? They're recolors. And I feel like the summer event can just, like, have so many good skins. For being honest, like, if they release, like, a bikini swimsuit skin for, like, multiple characters, they would make so much money off those skins, right? The gooners out there would buy so many of the skins, maybe even myself. But what they gave us is just like, the only skin they gave us is like our hyperlinker skin, which is not even something you're using while you're fighting people, right? You can't even show off. So, I'm very disappointed in the summer event. I really wish they gave us some content and not just packs. And I think they really missed an opportunity to, make the players happy. But that aside, I'm not going to talk about it too much. What I really wanted to talk about is Dreamscape. So Dreamscape, I just want to say before I talk about this, I'm not sponsored by the company, the devs or whatever. I've only been sponsored once, and that was in a beta video, which you guys have probably never seen, which was mostly to get people to join the game. But everything I say is just my own opinion and just how I see things. But for me, I try to stay positive about things, but this event definitely has some problems, but there's also some good things that I think we have to, realize and kind of, acknowledge. So they did say that this event would have the most rewards ever, and technically it does, right? So technically it does give the most rewards, right? Even if we don't look at these mystery boxes, which I'll talk about in a bit, but these are really stupid. But from the dream data exchanges, you're getting a full perfect lattice, you're getting a ton of summons, getting 2 purple lattices, and just other stuff. So, if you think about like the Rumble event, the train event, other events, yes, this does give a lot more resources. On top of that, you're able to, gamble for other resources as well. So, I think we have to agree that this does give more than the train event and also the Rumble event, right? Because all of those are about a week long. I think the Rumble was 2 weeks long actually, which is pretty scary. But yeah, so, I think it's true that they do give a lot of rewards here. The problem is, this event is just super unfun, and it just is destined to make people pissed off, even myself. So the first thing I don't understand is, why the hell do we have these random boxes? I think like a way, like, you get these dream dusts by basically gambling in the stages, right? So you're doing these stages. It's going to take me to the stage because I left early, because I actually got pissed off doing this earlier. But you're going to go through these stages, right? You're fighting, if you go to the left side, to this light side, it's the more quote-unquote consistent side, but still there's way more RNG. Sometimes you get like the event where you can spawn boxes for every following stage, and that's like the best one. And if you don't get that one, you don't really get that many dust, right? Or you go to the right side and you're gambling, and you can lose it all or get a ton, right? So there's RNG no matter what side you go on, if you think about it. And then on top of that, when you are spending the currency you get, you have to gamble for these rewards. Like, why do I have to gamble twice, right? And like, it just makes like such a toxic gameplay like loop where you're gambling for your resources to gamble for different resources that you can use on your account. So I don't really understand why they did this. I think like this dream data exchange is it's like fine, to be honest. Like, you can probably buy like everything you want from this that you need. Also, actually, that's not even true. You can't even buy everything from this. So I guess they want us to like pick and choose. But, I think you can buy all the lattices, which is going to be fine. But the biggest problem to me is going to be the dream dust, right? Why are they making us buy mystery boxes? I think what they should have done is just made a separate store And because people were complaining about, the economy system, they should have had gems, no dream crystal mystery box bullshit, just like crystals. Then they should have had shadow prints. Then you should have had prototype fragments, and they should have had lattice fragments, which you can buy for a static amount. And then even had like coins, training data, and like these exp books like in a separate like pack thing. That way you can choose between like the 4 or 5 and then choose what your account needs, right? What does it need more crystals? Okay, then you can spend it on crystals. Do you need more lattices? Then you can buy it more on lattices, and you'll be guaranteed those rewards. But by having this like mystery box thing and then having people roll on it, it just kind of is destined to piss people off. Because one, the rates are already low, and two, like, just imagine you're going through this event, right? I don't know why I clicked this because it's going to take me to the stage again. But imagine you're going through the event and you get to the end and you get screwed over by RNG and you only get like, what, 15,000 dust. Okay, you're already pissed off. Then you go to the exchange center and you spend it and you get nothing. You only get these, coins, training data, and books. Then you're going to be more pissed off, right? So I think this is what people are experiencing, and to make matters even worse, to actually get the max entries into this event, you have to spend more crystals. So it's just like a very toxic like event, I'd say. And even though the rewards are good, I don't think it's like a healthy event for the game. So, these mystery boxes I think were a big failure. And what I think they really should have just done is made these keys, if they wanted to do this, which I don't even think they should do at all, make them 100 crystals each. Like, why are they 300? Because the rewards that you get out of it aren't even worth the key purchases. Unless you are unlimitedly spending on the game and have unlimited crystals, even whales, like even for me, I've spent like I'll just say more than 1,000 on this game, just to be upfront. I'm not going to ever buy these keys. I bought it the first day and I realized this is such a scam. Like, unless I'm like a multi-millionaire, just have no cares in the world about anything and spending like all my money on this game, I'm not going to buy this. So I just don't understand why they decided to do this. And you have to understand, like, I understand, like, the devs want the game to be good. They don't want people to progress fast. They think the rewards, which are better right now from this event, are better than before, like in previous events, which is true. But like, from a casual player, from like a normal player, an average player's viewpoint, this looks really bad. Like, this event looks super pay to win, which it is pretty much, like very pay to win. And I'm not saying that like you spend and you get like a lot of benefit. I'm saying you have to spend a lot to get little benefit. And on top of that, the summer event, which is supposed to be like a side story or something like that you can play through, is just packs. It's just straight monetization. So, I understand the people's frustrations about, thinking it's a cash grab. And even for me, who makes content for this game and is like the last person that wants it to die, is very, very confused. So, that's just my perspective on the whole Dreamscape event, summer event situation. I know I've seen a lot of the threads on Reddit. I see like the Discord and stuff like that. But I just wanted to, I guess vent out my frustrations about it. But I have to admit though, the rewards are pretty good from the event overall, especially for a 1 week event, but I feel like they probably should have definitely reconstructed the event in a different way, and hopefully if they rerun this in the future, they handle this event differently, because yeah, it's just not fun how it's designed. I think they should definitely reduce a ton of the RNG aspects and definitely change something up with the key system, because even for me, like, it's not fun. Even as a spender, like, I don't even want to spend on this event right now, because it just feels like I'm wasting a ton of like crystals for just a chance to get rewards, which is just terrible. So yeah, end rant. That's what I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to talk about Dreamscape in the summer event. Just curious what you guys think. I do see, where I do understand everyone's frustrations. Do I think people are complaining too much sometimes? Yes. I think people are complaining a bit too much about this because they're going to extreme lengths about this event, but definitely from my point of view, the event is not good or healthy for the game, and I hope they do something to rework it, because it is not fun just, pulling on boxes for stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments, your honest thoughts about this event and everything. I'm just very curious. And make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, regardless of what you think, so, the devs can see this and hopefully change something, with the event. But yeah. Peace.